Get ready for the ultimate political roundtable.
Where the All right, it's time for political roundtable. May tone it down. It's always very good sometimes to just make on at this time in our country. The APC summit was held last week. And it was a lot of partying, a lot of Tinubu became the president of the country. And to all APC stakeholders, party members, leaders, members at the APC summit in Abuja, with that song from K1, grass of what K1 the ultimate was saying there. But if I'm going to interpret literally, it treats, you see a reflection go into the street and you see the amazing job, will be joining us via the phone line from the United States of America. Is with us in the studio. He coordinates a lot of activities amongst the APC youths. So it's already a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Mr. Fuad.
I'm sure you enjoyed that song.
Yes, I did.
It was fantastic.
Very well. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
Joseph Fᴜʟʟᴏᴜ, you don't have English. I do but I don't say the pick small.
No. We call it when they go outside.
I see what is going on.
So
you see the amazing job of the president.
But make sure you go in the day.
Nuruddin Adegbero in the studio. Nice to have you in the studio, Nuruddin, this evening. Do you listen to Fuji music?
Yes, in fact, it's one of the, apart from that, so that one is not a song.
It's what?
It's not a song of one that I can dance to.
Why?
Maybe because I'm not a politician,
okay.
but I've not seen what it
is. Okay.
But if you have a song that you can listen to that you want to dance. So. But this one. It
would have been nice if you were with us in the studio. I had to start the show by giving us a very good song from K1, the ultimate at the APC summit in Abuja. I'm sure you watched the event. And K1 had fantastic things to say about the achievements of the president. A part of it was, look, if you don't know what the president has done, just go out there and see for yourself.
Deep down in their heart and in their privacy, they tell themselves the truth.
Okay, all right, but we'll go straight into the topics we have for today. I think we're streaming the show live on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, so you all can be a part of the show. We are also on radio, guys. This evening, we have 3 issues to discuss. All politics. Someone jokingly said that, look, we'll move to 2027. Nobody's talking about 2026. It's like from 2025.
Election is 2 years after, the first tenure. As far as the Nigeria presidential
election is concerned,
in 2027 is a done deal. You don't have. Well, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. But I just wonder.
You don't spend money.
No, we don't even know. We don't even need.
You don't spend money now.
Do you know what INEC? I'm
sure this one with you.
Well, that's why you can be shocked that people that are seeing
yes, I'm with you, Barrister. I can hear you.
Let's start preparing for the inauguration of Tinubu in 2027. In fact, there's no problem.
No. Barrister, now 8 years. We don't go down, no go happen.
Listen, we are conquered, force people, close down markets, declare public holidays, frustrate people's businesses and say you can't move around because of man. whether you perform or you don't perform, you are guaranteed 8 years.
Run the entire process and see how it goes. But Barrister, we have three would get us into talking about the race towards 2027 on Labour Party's platform, says Peter Obi. I'll contest on Labour Party's platform, says Peter Obi. And the question we'll be asking ourselves on the roundtable coalition, Mr. Peter Obi will play a prominent role in that coalition under the Labour Party. What does that do to the coalition? A setback, or you with Mr. Peter Obi? So that's the first issue for consideration. Coalition members. And while the APC is in the euphoria of the campees moving from opposition political parties into the APC, Nyesom Wike, the minister of the FCT, and also one of the leaders of the PDP, although the PDP. So we ask ourselves, are we truly on the verge of a one-party state? And there's no cause for alarm. It's just a momentary setback for the PDP. We'll find our footing eventually. So we look at the fate of the PDP. We look at what the president said at the last APC summit about more opposition of a one-party state, quote unquote. And then finally, Atiku and state. It's been a lot of movement and its politics. Is there any value it can bring? So as a suspended member of the APC, but former governor, one of the right-hand man of President Bola Ahmed has been suspended from the APC. What political value does he still have? And of what benefit would that be to the coalition? We look at all these three issues, political roundtable and the right back. See Political Roundtable Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Saeed Fuad. We'll be right back.
èèyàn tí ò bá yí lórí èèyàn tí ò bá di létí èèyàn tó bá farabalẹ̀ tó. lẹ́yìn ìrìn àjò ọdún méjì péré Àkànbí àlọ́lọ́wọ́ á fún un ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀. Àkànbí ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ́ọ̀rẹ́ àwa èèyàn tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ wájú àní kì í ní nǹkan ò ní ṣe. jẹ́ sókè ṣé wọn náà tó ti rí tó ti rí tó ti rí. ìlú tábẹ́rí ẹ̀ wá bí ọ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀ aṣíwájú. ó ṣe lẹ́yìn ó dojú tì wá bọ̀lábọ̀lá ọkọ̀ olú rẹ̀ ní ìrìn ìjà sókè ṣé wọn náà ṣòkìrì ṣòkìrì ṣòkìrì. àwọn ọmọléèwé gbogbo abiyamọ yé àwọn ìṣòwò ọlọ́ọ̀jà pátápátá ní gbogbo
constituency by constituency.
Get ready for the ultimate political showdown every Sunday at 6 p.m. Join the dynamic Fuad Sahib, the trusted guide through the maze of politics and current affairs. Political Roundtable,
where the sharpest mind dissect the hottest topic shaping our world to us, exploring the issues that matters most to you.
And there is no subsidy in that sector, according to the government. So what you have, and the government is very reluctant to accept this, that we are funding the discourse.
Sunday at 6 p.m. only on Mainland 98.3 FM. Political Roundtable, where politics meets passion. Stay informed, stay engaged. Stay engaged.
Oh, well, we're back and it's still Political Roundtable Mainland 98.3 FM. We needed to just quickly take that short break to attend to one or two technical issues. And we are back. We'll be bringing Barrister Curtis Sadiq. We're back into the conversation. Olalekon is with us in the studio. Nuruddin Adegunro here, Joseph Folorunsho here. And we'll just go straight into the conversation. Barrister, you're back with us. Hello, Barrister.
I'm back with you. Yeah.
All right, so let's quickly look at the first issue, and basically we're looking at the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has assured his supporters that what appears to be an internal crisis in the two dominant opposition political parties from this crisis because it's induced. But let's look at Mr. Peter Obi, Barrister Curtis Adigba. We are taught that there was going to be a coalition. Okay. There are the pundits who would play, a very strong role in 2027. It will still be on the platform of the Labour Party. Is this sounding politically correct, or you think that, look, it's too early for Mr. Peter Obi to decide his political future? And how much of a setback is this?
Okay, you asked me, right? Yeah. Just sure his supporters who may be alarmed. The thing that Peter Obi is also trying to do is to get the government and the ruling party to focus on killing the Labour Party so that he can be justified in moving into the coalition in 2027 to ensure that there was no platform, there will be no platform for him to run. You see, Lamida Pampa, you see Abure and all of them pulling out their long knives now. So that's another strategy. Now, the third and most important thing is that Labour Party is not a party as we know it today. Labour Party is whatever platform Peter Obi chooses to run on to consider and then check the waters and see how deep it is. Now, it cannot with an Atiku or another coalition member running on the ticket of another party. If that happens, we don't even need to talk about an election. Labour Party as we know it is no longer the Labour Party of today. Those opportunistic politicians who ran to the party to just take forms and run because you recall the joke that the Senate president or the president of the Senate cracked. He said one of them was waiting in his car outside. Labour Party. And I think that close to 80% APC. So I think Obi is playing smart politics. And adopting a wait and see attitude, because so it's not that
you are saying the coalition may eventually happen, but without Peter Obi and the coalition happens, how much of
is that we think that the political pool or river is at a particular given time. Don't forget that the 2023 Obi's impact was unplanned. Obi had no structure. They just wanted a change. And that was how Peter Obi made that impact. And it was also helped by the Muslim ticket. It's 7. If the coalition produces, I can assure you that Obi's impact will not be repeated. So this whole idea that if Obi is not part of the coalition, change with time, depending on what people perceive to be the reality. Okay? So if it is not, what is important?
But how strong will the coalition be? That's the question, Barrister. It's not. It can always happen without Peter Obi. How strong will the coalition be without Peter Obi?
That's what I've just explained to you.
Okay.
That it depends on who is part of the coalition. Now that tomorrow Obi decides that I don't want to run for president on that, and run with Atiku Abubakar out of the coalition. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm with you.
Do you think
the obedience, as they like to call themselves, have been the most Obi
is going to become a captive of a massive, in terms of political calculation and movement? And it's not because of what you have done or what you bring. Because since the majority of obedience not being true believers is that if Obi makes a wrong political move today, they will dump him. But if they are true, if they are believers,
yeah.
If they are
okay, well, Barrister Lalikoni, the same question I just asked Barrister, because I'm going to ask everyone here in the studio. Peter Obi is saying that, look, he will still run for president in 2027 and it will be on the platform of the Labour Party. I don't think the coalition would ever happen on the platform of the Labour Party. So let us even assume that maybe bestowed by what he's saying and he decides to run on the platform of the Labour Party. And so the question is simple. In your own political calculations, do you think the coalition will be, or it's going to be a very big setback for the coalition?
For me, happens not to be part of the coalition. For me,
makes it better for the APC.
It's a very setback for the coalition on the platform of, most likely it's not going to happen on the platform of PDP.
And definitely not the Labour Party.
If it's not going to happen, I feel that present, that means Atiku will also move away from PDP. You know, we heard Okowa.
About real people. I'm sorry.
So you know, so that means that out of all this,
Dan, you think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Presently, because just like Barrister Curtis said, you see, this obedience. I also believe that if today, if Atiku leaves PDP, majority of his followers will not follow him. It's either they stay back in PDP or they support APC.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So I said that if Obi leaves the Labour Party today, majority of obedience will follow him. I'm not saying all of them. But if Atiku leaves PDP today, majority of those supporting Atiku presently will not go with him to the ADC coalition. Because one of the, what the coalition will be depending on is numbers. You know, if you talk about, it's not just about followers will not follow him. I said it. So if you're looking at
did you think a lot of that
in the last election was because of Peter Obi?
Good.
But we know that politically, what PDP had, what Atiku had
was major because he was on the PDP platform.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you look at the calculation from time immemorial, it wasn't that Atiku, people were following Atiku
because of his person.
Because of his person. No.
The platform.
PDP, yes. His followers are following me religiously. It's just like what you have about Buhari followership. That's one of the things Barrister Curtis said. Some things, okay, there was an interview. If you watch that interview, he wasn't able to answer.
He couldn't answer. And the same thing he had done just about today.
But what the last time now we had that was able to answer that he's not leaving the Labour Party. You know, and so if you look at, like, you know, Barrister Curtis said, tomorrow that can also change. But because the politician, that can
more important to the coalition than Atiku.
Well, their importance might be the same, but I don't see Atiku.
Somebody has to be more important.
I don't see Atiku being more important to the coalition than Peter Obi. Peter Obi doesn't need to spend money for his followers. We all saw it. Was it money that made them followers? But we saw what Peter Obi. In fact, people contributed for Peter Obi. The world is Peter Obi. All these things are social media noise and all of that.
But we saw real voters.
Yes,
real people.
We saw what happened. So Peter Obi not moving will be a big loss to the coalition.
Okay. What do you mean by freelance supporters?
When I mean by freelance, they are not collective within the structure of a political party.
Yes. I agree.
So there is nobody like on what to be himself does. It will be a very difficult position because he doesn't even know how to deal with them. So even when it makes no sense politically, and consider the EndSARS movement dovetailed into the support for
the obedience movement.
Because the young people felt that what the EndSARS couldn't achieve, and Obi candidacy would achieve it for them. The Gen Z could have managed it. But the political process was managed and preventing people from voting. Now, we've moved beyond that. Now, Obi 2023 is not Obi 2027. Obi 2027 will have to be organized.
But does it still have the followers of 2023, sir?
Hold on.
Those ones are wave riders. Do you think Kenneth Okonkwo has any political value?
What is its value politically?
Okay,
let me tell you, we're talking about a country with a nuanced political system where views of individuals. In Nigeria, there are structures that are built to prohibit people in that same party. So, in 2023, right, the government did not prepare for everything will be done to ensure that those who cannot bring out the kind of influence they brought in 2023. And this is why Obi trying to depend on the group of people who identify as obedient. Why that is a good base to build upon. The danger is the structure that he has in place.
Okay.
That leaders at different level of the chain. Let me give you a practical example.
All right.
Donald Trump. Laura came out smoking 2 weeks ago, accusing Donald Trump of corruption. And that for the president who is fighting Iran that is being, and this created a lot of problems for the president. The president quickly had explained to her what he's doing, he knows what he's doing and all that. And that has calmed frayed nerves a little bit. People at different levels of the political chain of their candidates. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
If that doesn't happen and it goes into the 2027 election, banking on the fact that, those who put me through in 2023 are still...
A lot of issues have come up really around this obese statement of still running on the platform of the Labour Party. The first question is, look, how important will Peter Obi be for the coalition? That's number one. Number two, but I start things that look, they were not even able to pull him through the entire obedience. He only did very well. He had a very good showing. So what more does he need to do if he's going to run for president? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by bringing all of these governors, all of these are people who are going to bring out the votes. We know how we do. Are going to put their political machinery in place to bring out the people on election day. Does he really need people of influence in every local government to run it alone?
Well, if we go by the numbers, of the last presidential election, and we go by calculations, we will say that if Peter Obi at the end of the day said he's not going to be part of the coalition,
that he wants to run it alone,
it's a very, very big minus.
It will be a big mistake for him to do that.
It's going to be a very big minus for the coalition.
For him.
It's going to be a big mistake for him too.
Politically.
Because with what is happening now, it's going to be very difficult. It's like a drama, a stage drama. When you have a stage drama, if you are working with the same scripts, because the environment is totally different. A lot of things has happened in the last that they need Peter Obi. If he's not part of that particular coalition, it's a very big minus.
Does he need the coalition?
He also needs the coalition.
Okay.
Because with what is going on ground now, with the food that APC is sharing to a lot of governors and a lot re-strategize, and that is the reason why the way coalition needs is going to give 400. That one on that particular. Then I stand to be corrected. When you remove Muhammadu Buhari, that you can talk about from Atiku. I stand to be corrected.
He also has that cult-like followership.
You know, there's a difference between followers and believers in politics.
He also has believers in the north.
I'm telling you, he has some certain believers. When he was with ACN, when he ran as a president, was it the PDP then? Is it the same numbers, the same followers?
But what did he do?
No, it's not about what did he do. No, what I mean is this. If you say if the votes that he got is because of PDP, assuming he has run under another party before.
So what did he get?
And he also got numbers. The obedient that are listening to us know. If you are talking about politics, Atiku is ahead of Obi.
Well,
in terms of strength.
I have said.
We know.
There was a caveat in what I said. You when you say
in terms of numbers, okay, tell me one election. At least if have the both election together, he has more votes more than Obi.
Platform determines.
No,
if you look at
no. What he's saying, Nuruddin. I'm coming, Mr. Oni. What? No.
He's not running
on the platform of the PDP. He would not have been able to. No.
Thank you.
No. Nuruddin, let's ask ourselves this question. If Atiku was not running on the platform of the PDP in the last general election, let me ask you: would we have won Osun State, for example?
We can't say because
they wouldn't have won.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
They wouldn't even put that number.
I'm coming. If last election,
yes,
he run on the ticket of Labour Party.
That's President Bola Ahmed. Part of the party.
Wait, I can still tell you.
What was the strength of?
Have you seen situations where they say, "Look, carry Messi away from Bakard in those days and go and put him at Osasuna"?
We know it's an exaggeration. We know.
Do you agree that Atiku not being in the PDP may not? Okay, why do you think Atiku is looking for coalition now?
Yes, exactly. He's looking for coalition because situation on ground now. Obi alone.
But do you agree that with what has become of the PDP?
If you say Obi is diminished,
yes.
Out of that, Obi will still do 4 million.
With or without the Labour Party?
Yes.
Not Atiku in PDP. No, it's the same thing.
I'm coming.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you are
not even party.
That one is the second one is this. Look, with the current situation now, Obi have not said it emphatically
Yes.
Because the Labour Party is talking about, is it talking about the Labour Party
of Abure
that INEC recognized?
Which one has INEC even recognized? There's nothing.
After that judgment, there's not been
any definitive, yes. Recognize Abure technically. Yes.
In the next few months now, in Lagos State,
yes,
they're going to
open. I know we know you want to be a part of the conversation, but calm down. We'll open the phone lines for you to be a part of the show. Yes, Nurudi.
You know, Lagos State is going to have drop a press release. In fact, they have done some primary in some certain local governments.
Yes.
Then the one of and the faction of Abure was in that meeting.
Yes.
And it was not sent out. And there were no two. It signifies something.
Maybe in Anambra, the others are not interested.
That's why I'm saying technically. Because what it means is that a situation in which two different caucuses are talking about a particular party and you allow one in.
Because the other did not come now.
Because the other
and the one we come, they go allow now.
Or he's talking about
it should be maybe his own.
Officially, the last statement on Labour Party.
They are still studying that judgment. Why can't Mr. Peter B just say, you know what? The way the thing they go.
No, you can't say it.
No, it's too early to say that.
It's part of the calculation.
Okay, all right. Joseph Folosho, on this issue of factions, Labour Party, internal crisis of opposition politics, while Mr. Peter B was answering another question from a group of youth who were apparently disturbed about what the Labour Party and the PDP is caused by the party before in the past. I don't know which party he was talking about. PDP. He called the INEC chairman, Professor Maurice Iwu, and told him, I don't want any in all the opposition political parties, there are problems. These are deliberate problems caused by the system. These are some of the things I want to clean up if I have the opportunity. So he's saying that, look, if I become president, I won't be scattering the opposition. I will allow the opposition to function for the sake of democracy. Not like this one that we have that he says, sweep them clean. Parties will function very well because you count. We'll leave the one of votes counting. But yes, Barrister.
Okay, I think it's Joseph.
Let Joseph, I'll bring you. There was a time the opposition was having a problem. He went to him. He said, and man called INEC. Don't scatter them. Let them go and resolve their issue for the sake of them. Because a lot of APC leaders have thrown jab at Mr. Peter. Fix the problem. We've tried to fix the problem. We had a problem in the past. We had a president. Supreme Court say party leadership are no day. No court can help. As it is, do you think that the opposition is not able to get its act right? It's not able to resolve its crisis? Well, that one. I want because of time. Let's just go into this thing.
The issue we are talking of the coalition among the party. Forward in 2023, there was a coalition among the voters that actually favor Obi.
Okay.
Because in 2023 we covered the election.
Yes.
There are some APC.
Yes. That still voted for Obi.
Who voted for
Obi
movement.
The Labour Party.
The reason best known
to them.
As the party is going on coalition, they should notice that 2027.
When you say the people's coalition, where would they be of people?
For example, it is we that he just say a lot of things. There are more crises. The Lagos here, they have they resolved the state of assembly.
Which assembly? This Obasa assembly.
Hold on.
This Obasa assembly. Are they not sitting again?
Resolved.
No issue there now.
Within the party,
Mr. Oni, have you witnessed any of their
wait now.
With you.
Then let's come to the primary.
Yes.
There are some where you say that they have said to is like someone.
So you think that is a crisis? You think that is a crisis?
No, these are some of the because some of what this is in behavioral.
Okay.
Until when the election come, people are not help.
Peter Obi thinks that look, we are not seeing principal politicking at this time. The president seems to need
the issue there is for that for Peter Obi equally played that when he was a governor of Anambra State.
He was scattering the opposition.
There was no local
governors were not conducting the election.
As a Democrat, if you say Democrat, you can start it from you can start it from your state.
So you think you can't be talking about principled politics?
No. Peter Obi should not be talking about
principled politicking.
No, not be the same.
I'm with you. Okay, hello, Barrister.
The other one, yes, for me. Let me
Barrister. Barrister, you need to speak directly into your phone. You are sounding very far.
First and foremost,
yes.
First and foremost, nobody can win election in Nigeria.
Coalition, yes.
No, I must say, how long did it take ACN to win the presidency?
Yes. They had to bring in a coalition, yeah.
Yes.
How political parties came together in other parts of the world.
You're talking about Peter Obi now, right?
No, I'm talking about Tinubu.
Okay.
A little push.
Yes.
That push he got from the ACN with the merger with the ACN.
Yes.
That ensured that he got the votes in the Southwest predominantly. That also couldn't win until he aligned himself with Northern forces.
Yes.
So we know that Atiku alone, he knows that, and that he cannot win the politician. This is someone who has built structures over the years. So he has some people that wherever he goes, they will follow the party. It's about where the Waziri of Adamawa is going. But the question is, would that number be enough to deliver him the presidency? No. And that is why he needs the coalition.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is that why the first reaction of anybody would say, without to be in that coalition, any coalition effort is doomed. The fact.
Hello, Barrister.
So the point I'm trying to take here, point I'm trying to make is that why Obi is an important figure, all right?
Yes.
And maybe you need to be in the southeast. The 5 states in the southeastern states are going to vote for Obi in the presidential election. Like
let me ask you a tricky question, Barrister. Where do you think the South will?
They're more with the bags of money.
Okay.
Yes, it's not going to be free kind of free will election of the Southeast, right? Why a lot of people are captivated by Obi and they will still vote for Obi. But don't forget there will be a fringe group. The group of
Deputy Speaker.
Please.
Deputy Speaker. They will go out with loads of money. But at this point today, the reality is that we need a coalition to defeat the ruling government. Now having said that,
yes, on the issue of Peter Obi saying that, look, there used to be a time the opposition
Tinubu and Obasanjo belong to one political school, and the name who appointed the national chairman of AMPP.
It's just like APC appointing Umar.
Tinubu is teaching the page from Obasanjo's playbook. Even though they don't agree on so many things, but on this issue of you have to kill other parties to win human beings in the Nigerian context. This was the guy after an election, based on the outcry, he said, I have been declared the Supreme Court. And once the court said the opposition couldn't prove the allegation, he set up a committee to work on our election, to make election more transparent. Which was what led to the wise recommendation that he was in charge. Take deeper root. You know, it was the death of Dayara that made it all.
Why are you saying so?
And then you see a good man who shows up on the scene, and then can you see any fresh talent today? Most of the big actors have 8 years to be Nigeria. Based on the resources that's available to them, all of them failed. Including it. But you see, we raise people on the curve. So we just believe that if not an even local government chairman that have accomplished so much for their people did not have half of the resources that were available to some of our governors.
Yes.
And they have nothing to show for it. But that is the credential that we used to deceive us about how they perform when they were so. That's the truth.
All right. People complain about us sliding into a one-party state. So the president thinks that, look, you can't blame the opposition politicians who are jumping from it has to sink. People are sinking the ship. And he's saying it is the government that is sinking the ship. Yes. Yes.
So sorry to jump in. Now, having listened to the governor of Akwa Ibom 2 days ago,
dear pastor.
I now understand what the issues are. He said to his commissioners and all his appointees, I'm moving to the APC. And if you're not going to move with me, you better resign. And the reason why I'm doing that, he said, is I don't want to win an election. And then the government in power says the party on whose platform I ran is I love PDP. I like to remain in the PDP. But I'm afraid that if I run on the ticket of the PDP and I win,
am I wrong?
The government can come and say, then he say, I go to the court. You understand?
I'm with you.
And I get no justice from the court. So what I am doing is a practical move. And the president is saying, come with us. Come down from the ship that is sinking. Who is putting more load into that ship and making it to sink?
Okay.
So the president is right, and I agree with him on that.
All right, let's quickly listen to the president so I bring Alekhoni to maybe give us a different perspective to these decisions of state to ensure the party, opposition party does not know peace, unlike what they had during the same scenario when Yar'Adua was president himself, to hear what he has to say about, the opposition politicians who are all moving into the APC. Let's listen. Political Roundtable, Milan 98.3 FM will be right.
Driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come. Don't forget the freedom of movement and the freedom. Before I skip, in this very constituency.
Get ready for the ultimate political showdown every Sunday at 6 p.m. Join the dynamic 𝐹𝐴𝐻, a trusted guide through the maze of politics and current affairs. Political Roundtable,
where the sharpest man Tᴜɪ̀ᴛᴛᴇʀ as he dives deep into the heart of the matters, exploring the issues that matters most to you.
And there is no subsidy in that sector, according to the government, cash strapped. And so the government is trying to raise money for them. And that is why...
Tune in to Political Roundtable every Sunday at 6 p.m. only on Mainland 98.3 FM. Political Roundtable, where politics meets passion. Stay informed, stay engaged.
All right, still Political Roundtable, Mainland 98.3 FM. That was the voice of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the APC summit saying, look, you can't blame the ruling party for politicians who are jumping from a sinking ship politicians into the APC, saying sweep them clean. Alekhoni, I'm sure if you were not in Abuja, you followed the APC summit. A lot was said, a lot of accolades for the president. But on the issue of the dwindling fortunes of the opposition at this time, majorly the PDP and the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi thinks that, look, ensure that the opposition does not crumble. They should be able to figure scenario all together now. You have a president who doesn't see it like that. Barrister exists for existing sake. That's the way he plays his politics. There are people who also talk about Lagos, the fact that you talk about winning and all is fair in any war situation like politics.
But if you ask me, it is politics. Like we always say, and the truth of the matter is that for any politician, they will also want to see that people move into their fold as well. It's very easy when you're on the other side, your party and all of that.
How did you make your ship available for sinking?
Apart from, we said it the other time that Labour Party now has 3 factions. How come Obi could
elections? So how did this suddenly become?
How did this suddenly become? And that's what Barrister Curtis is advising. That Obi should be on votes. And by now, that same party, that platform, even if
that produced that number,
didn't give you that platform, at least you ran on that platform. So you should be able to galvanize those 6 million people and even increase now. As we speak, only thing he's banking on is the court followership. He cannot say that he has a structure. You say Atiku, who is a veteran politically, how did Atiku, what was Atiku looking at? You the blame on the president first. I think last year, this year, where he said that the Tinubu government is giving opposition 50 million naira. President, when Tinubu was even running
as a
senator. So if you say that with your decades now, it's not even years now. Someone like Atiku now has decades of politics of Lagos, which you are very right. I told people before he became president, I said, what happened? Yoruba will say that Odo to own shaking so if you know all of these things, you should have guard against it out of PDP. Let's say, for example, Bola Tinubu has Raouf.
He's not the Raouf for vote.
You know.
Okay, we're going to get to Raouf, but Nuruddin. Lole Koni thinks that why is Atiku opening his eye koro with all of his years in politics, decades in politics, to allow the president, decimate the PDP? Why is Mr. Peter Obi, who was able to poll 6 million votes using the platform of the Labour Party, allowing the party to disintegrate, degenerate to this level? That
the same question you have to throw it to Sanfara said that what is Buhari, Tinubu are not PDP at the end of the day at that particular time. Times of so.
No, but I'm talking about the opposition.
I understand. It's different. What make it different there is this. What make it different is that under there is no way Atiku don't get hold of the majority of the ESCO in that particular party. Forget it.
Okay, let me look at a situation. Calm himself down. Be about. So now you put that against the crisis in the Labour Party. When the coalition was to happen before 2015 elections. Recently, President started the rumor, Muslim ticket, blah, blah, blah. And because, look, so he decided to sacrifice his desire to become VP led to big crisis. The second one, when they eventually won the election and the Saraki people did not rock the boat. He stayed calm. They eventually brought leadership of 23 to have been more strategic, to unite. Do you think there were also opportunity when the Abure, Apapa, Lamidi crisis started? Were there things he could have done better of the blame of what has become of their political party in terms of the crisis?
Well, the way Atiku emerged as a presidential candidate, holding the executive.
Which executive?
The
party leadership. Yeah. I have two requests. Remove Ayu.
Okay, Ayu. Okay.
At a point we can.
Coming from the that one is.
Later you go. No, I'm talking about.
That one is. I'm coming from only.
Wait. No, you say only. I say President Tinubu sacrificed VP. Big crisis management skill politically than these guys.
No, history and the way they manage the party from when they are even reigning in their various states. You can't compare Tinubu that will make sure that Jimmy Agbaje will take the governorship ticket.
You don't go far to that, no.
No, there's no far.
There is one sponsor Jimmy Agbaje.
I see a consultant to last.
Wait, I don't know.
His company is still is he collecting contract there?
Where is Jimmy Agbaje now, sir?
What is it?
Where is Jimmy Agbaje?
That's
better crisis management skills.
Politicians
better than these guys.
Two of them.
Okay. I was going to say that.
That's serious management.
Although the NEC at the APC have not ratified the sacking of Aregbesola.
Okay, wait. Let's go to Aregbesola because again we have just like 7 minutes to open the phone lines. Crisis management. You are allowed by psychologists who has told us that he needs to quickly attend to something. So
I give it to the current president. He's able to manage his own environment. When Bola Tinubu finished his two-term governor of Lagos State, you'd not see him be frequent outside Nigeria. He started making sure that entire Lagos.
Now, I'm even talking about this scenario of two
other people. If you look at
don't get us wrong, we are talking about politics now, raw politics.
Raw politics. When Atiku, after his strategizing within Lagos, from Lagos started building its foundation
structure.
The same thing with Obi. When Obi finished as a governor of Anambra, he spent more time in Lagos. Support the obedient people, because the real obedient people start from Edo State. Go and ask anybody.
Yes.
Some of those support in other states more than his own states. And if he go like this, he can even use this current governorship election that's coming in Anambra. Which faction is now what they will
because it might be easy for us to sit back here and say, somebody is sponsoring Abure, destabilize the party,
and it was a lie.
I'm coming. A lot of people said it.
Yes.
And at that time, Peter Obi was supporting Abure.
Yes.
Now Abure is on the other example, because at that time Papa was saying a lot of things about Abure.
Yes.
That they don't know him. Somebody even calling Fadi Oloro, all manner of things. But the man was talking about Abure. The fact that they were not following party rules, the fact that his tenure had elapsed.
And financial malfeasance as well.
The same thing that Papa said then, that they said they were sponsoring him.
Yes.
Is what Mr. Peter Obi's camp accusing Abure off now. Again, don't you think ride on the waves of the obedience, putting structures in place. You and I know. You know the
president is running around.
He's running around.
Yeah.
You can't see that. Despite you can see that. Despite but you can give it to him that despite the seeming advantage.
Yes. You know the line
as the president, the man no sleep.
He will never rest.
So don't you think that at the end of the day, we will not?
That people in APC can scatter based on the antecedent of the president. We can't. That those people that are in party.
In the opposition. To allow him.
That did not put their house in order. That allow all those fashions
to happen.
Automatically, there is limit to what you can blame. You will throw fire inside your houses, then you'll be looking. Because because you also build your house. One thing that is need to be for Nigerians now. Look, a lot of politicians in APC could be laughing. They are gaining more ground. But to Nigerians,
it's not this situation.
It's not what we're supposed to be laughing at, because a party that does it, a country that is being ruled by a political party without viable opposition.
Can the people listening to us stop calling? Prince Wise, can you please just calm down?
Just calm down.
You are using like 4 lines to call at the same time. We'll open the phone line.
Opposition.
Yes.
What it means to ordinary Nigerians that are political is opposition. Where opposition is going to back that kind of message is what is important.
The problem is that the people, I like the people converse. That's why some of us are worried about the fortunes of the opposition at this time. How disorganized, how disoriented, how, you look at, even for people like us who are not politicians, there are things that we are taught that these politicians would have been able to manage better. Are you? We said this. I use the word here. For Atiku to nominate Wike as VP.
And even the committee that was set up
for looking at them, making that kind of mistake, and then winning the election. Preparing ahead, they have all the money, all the resources. But don't you think that at every curve and corner where we had expected better thinking from them?
It's not politicians. And if you, with the activities, with the positions they are holding,
and the results we
are getting, in a situation, if you want to achieve,
what's the big deal about Mr. I used to remember that people say, who is that person that can use Wiki as VP? And I said, look, Atiku, for example, could have president.
Tell me from 1999
yes,
the most politically inclined vice president we ever have in Nigeria is Atiku.
But why did he make that mistake with the PDP?
I'm coming. He's the most politically inclined. Nobody
will put him under the table.
Tame him, yeah.
Although he also managed Obasanjo to, but at least for president to, because if you are talking about politics, is greater than Obasanjo.
Yes,
before that 1999.
Yes.
Because Obasanjo is not a politician.
No. I've always been questionable for me.
He always moved by. I think what he always moved by is I don't want to work with this person. Some Hausa Fulani politicians have that trait. And that's why the trait you are going to see in Buhari too. It's because of the situation he found himself. Don't you see the kind of appointment he made to the key positions?
Thomas appointment. Same thing. If you say Buhari made a mistake, everybody will make that mistake.
No, it's not even about mistake. It's about what they believe in Hausa language.
Even Yoruba believes
in Hausa and Fulani.
Those appointments now, people are complaining about Tinubu.
It's not about complaining. It's about what is fact that we know.
He's complaining about their complaints.
It's a fact.
Let's open the phone lines. I will leave Aregbesola for another day.
No, Aregbesola election. Without the
you think he's that influential? You think he's that influential?
I'm telling you, APC is going to be very difficult if he's not aligning with PDP. He's not aligning with APC. He's on his own. He's a man of his own in Osun. Don't let us lie.
Mr. Adurudu.
I'm telling you, he's a man of his own. The reason why APC lost Osun, Aregbesola is included. Had nothing.
Now I'm talking about leave that one. Aregbe. I'm talking
about whether you like it or not. He has carved his now for himself.
Wow. We'll talk about just 1 minute. I need to open the phone line.
And that group,
the group.
No, he has a group, and that group are still with him.
You know the problem that Peter Obi actually have start from one meeting that they say they have in Ibadan. These are Papa were trying to get his audience
attention.
Papa
said it.
He said he ignored.
He was sponsored.
Immediately that happened, the man maybe sent another to Japan to hire to import a spanner.
I think that have now.
Yes.
No,
so in politics, you must be able
manage
to
everybody.
And that is the difference between all of them and Tinubu.
Okay, let's open the phone lines. Our people will be politics. And I think, well, part of it to talk about governance. Like a politician told me, he said, have you noticed that, look, 2026 is a year politicians are not talking about. It's as if we are moving from 2025 to 2027. Let's take this first call. People like 𝐴𝐺 will not let me rest. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good city.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I'm just
1 minute. You've not been listening.
Oh, no. All right.
Okay. Let's just listen to other callers who may have just been. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You're 1 minute Ambassador.
No, it's not about place. No, let me tell you one thing. You have touched all the corner, but one thing, he dropped his ambition. Work for the party coalition to work. Look, Obi, Atiku, they are not ready. I wish of them.
What did he call himself?
Yeah, he said he's a policy maker. He dropped his ambition and he promised that he will not leave Afghan. He sworn and everything. He left Afghan 2033, but they failed. 2037, whether it will.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Sulaiman, calling from K2.
Yes, Mr. Sulaiman.
Obi failed to join. I beg, believe that obedient people. Me that I'm talking to you, that you Nigerians who is facing what is happening in this country, not obedient to no obedient.
Okay.
This is not the. He must. He must. You say, wait, let me hear. And people benefit from that. He's present now. If Atiku had been joined coalition, if thank you.
The coalition must happen. That's what this caller seems to be saying. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Kwan.
Yes.
If we are praising Tinubu, fine. Tinubu's system of politics is like the mafia style. Tinubu, he gave, after he did this word, but we all know, he has bureaus to give them their own leverage. You understand? All the different factions, all the different, they cannot compare. And the people surrounding him as well. You know?
So why are the guys in your position not all, no matter the lofty ideas you think you have in your head, to chase and play it well? So why don't you think the guys in the opposition, why are they not strategic? Why are they not?
That's what we say between them now is that, see, these other guys are not much of a politician. The only one that is more of a politician is that allow green is green. People allow green is not as calculated as a Tinubu. Understand people. And I am too. I wouldn't have wanted to be to align with Atiku if you ask even to him. Because I don't believe in Atiku. It's not like going back to Egypt. But if we just want to wrestle power by all means, you understand?
Obi should concede and work with the quote. All right. Thank you, Shola. Hello, good evening. Hello, Mr. Ademola.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you. Please go on, sir. Yeah.
I said that. Let me talk about 𝐴𝐵𝐶 first.
Okay, all right.
𝐴𝐵𝐶 the strong base of 𝐴𝐵𝐶 is just within. Iḽesha, and Atiku. The merger, even if the merger works, Obi is not ready to be vice. Atiku is not ready to be vice. Now, who wants to lead?
Yes.
Of those that voted Obi in Lagos last election, they voted Obi not because they are obedient, but because of the Muslim ticket. Most people voted yes.
Wait. Mamio, I think a lot of those other guys who are not obedient are just people who felt.
Okay, like I said most of us who voted for the obedient.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Ademola. Yes. All right. God bless you.
Okay.
Yes, Malam Salah. Please go on, sir.
Therefore, let me tell you what you like to hear. Forget about sentiment. Therefore, let us digest this thing very well. You see, call me the second one, the analyst there. No, the guy from IJJ.
Malam Nuruddin, yes.
Yes, I agree with him because you know what? The president will find it very, very difficult in northern part of Nigeria.
In the north.
As we stand, as we speak today, Peter Obi is never be a threat to Mr. President like Atiku. Forget about all this national or religious sentiment. Take it or leave it. Atiku will stand. You see, this president came under Muslim ticket. Am I right?
Yes.
the journey of Mr. President to Vatican also affected him. This sentiment now is within the Muslims.
Ummah in the north.
Yes. Just like when
flip it. You think that Atiku still has that stronghold of the people of the north?
He has very, very well.
Beautiful.
This is one of the reasons that the president.
So wait, calm down now. Calm down. So, weakness of Tinubu in the north. Would you think has a better chance of winning in 2027? Politics now.
That's more in the south than the north. You get me? He plays politics in the southern part of Nigeria because he cannot predict what will happen in the northern part of Nigeria. But see that as it may. You get me? He has no problem with the southwest. He has no problem with the southeast. He don't have problem with south. You get me? Yes. Even in the southeast today,
yes.
You don't understand politics. Are you telling me that Peter Obi will win Lagos? Before I tune to a station after 6, in the 6 o'clock news, the APC caucus within the North Central. North Central. They endorse Mr. President. No. Okay. Time will tell.
Thank you, Madam Sarah. Hello, good.
Well, yeah, no light.
Something is that you people collect their wife or there's problem somewhere.
Yeah, no light. And they want to come back. They want to come back to 2027. They want people to be. They're not a match to Tinubu. And I'm asking him. Tell us what he has done.
So Kamina, sorry, we are talking pure politics now. You see, governance. You know that we are going to do a review.
If you are doing pure politics, when people cannot feed, you are doing politics. That's why they have left politics. They have left the governance and they are in politics. That's not why you have salary. What legacy did that man leave? And you are telling me that
so you think Agbashola is a no? Hello, good evening. We are all in it. So we have to just do what we need to do. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello? Which guy did you all be used? You caught Prince Wise.
No, please don't.
You don't get party.
Joseph.
Mr. Are you just greeting?
I don't know if what?
Yes.
What?
I did.
I've been laughing since.
Okay.
The postulations, the calculations. So
I did.
People never, the shock of this, we and I think they are playing game. They should calm down. Tinubu said 15 years ago. I went to market one product, my product. I thought that is Nigeria.
Okay.
And someone like the president, Obi can give you 10,000, not to talk of 100 million. So you can compare the things together. So the people are different. If you're spending money, paying people money, you think that it's politics. Let us go ahead. At the end of the day, they will withdraw it from our general money and we'll be crying.
Okay, a lot of them actually, I just have to take a part of it. Because again, I think we are just like about 9 from Sabo Ijewoni by St. Peter Obi is a directionless leader, and I don't see him as just an APC man just sending the political message. It's okay. Martins B. Ademehigun is saying Ademehigun. I hope I get that right. You know, if you have your money, any musician will sing your praises. It's important that you guys should play an audio of the messenger here. We just want to focus on the message. He has said that, look, if you think the APC has not done anything, go into the streets. The work day, they show for people body. All right, so Oluwafemi Julius. We have Abayomi Oluwayomi saying, good evening all. I doubt if Atiku visited the right person. Afusa left gather again. It is a shame. John Bernardo is saying, Peter Obi is saying he will still run on the platform of Labour Party shows that it's not ready yet. He should not be fooled by the 6.1 million votes he got last time. It might be reduced this time if he's not careful. Buhari and Tinubu won because of coalition. Buhari with his 12 million votes was not able to win. Maybe it's good, not until they expel WK. Andose Campbell is saying, I greet you for and your guest by saying he will contest on power of the Labour Party, just playing the mind game. Believe me, as we Andose, how do you know that?
He said they are lost.
Well, I want to know if he's saying in Abuja.
Yes, it's Jigawa, not Abuja.
Okay.
But they didn't lodge in it. Everybody came in.
And the APC can defeat a coalition of Atiku and Obi. The northeast and northwest that have been on the strong of APC is now to prevent the Atiku Obi coalition. For now, the most popular politician in the northern Nigeria is Atiku. Well, he's saying, good evening to each and every one of you in the studio. Since that fellow among you in the studio conclude that 2027 election is done a deal for APC or Mr. President, you should be prepared to manipulate election. The slogan now is no grief for anybody. All right, Friday is Suwa is saying, I don't think that any true Obi supporter will not follow Pastor who used both resources and members to mobilize for Obi election in 2023. If you're expecting the 2027 to take the dimension of 2023, you better rethink. I mean, INEC is the major problem come 2027 election. That's Engineer Boni from our contribution of state governors in the 6 million votes that Obi got in the last election. I'm reacting to what Nuruddin said at their disposal. Out of the 6 million Nigerians who voted for Obi, how many collected noodles, rice, or money to vote for him? So I don't believe that the defection of state governors or federal lawmakers to the APC pose threat to Obi because Nigerians voted for. I'll follow whatever decision Obi takes, but not to be deputy to Atiku. You see, that's the problem. That's the challenge. To Atiku. All right.
So they think that Atiku, with all he has done in the past, go agree now.
Okay. We have Akin and Digun saying on Labour Party and Obi, I think we should let Mr. Obi. We shouldn't let Mr. Obi get away with the excuse that his party and other to let moral angle, of late President Yar'Adua, which he himself seemed to lack, going by his own anti-opposition record as governor in Anambra. Peter Obi should rather take his opportunity to demonstrate capacity in fence mending and crisis. If he is not ready to travel the rough road to power, I doubt whether he can be the. And since we all have subscribed to it because we seem to all agree it's a game, we cannot fairly esteem and functional in the 28 states of the Federation. And is anything wrong in following the rule of law and reason called judgment? I'm sorry, Leo Zoma, there's no judgment that is favoring Peter Obi or Usman. We should be discussing the policies of the potential candidates of 2027 election. I think the one fundamental features of democracy. Why are we wasting our time on it? If you people are focused on the politics are intertwined, then Jofes Chokistin is saying, good day, song and unsung riddle. Well, that's where we call it a day. Let me just squeeze in this call from Prince Wise. All right.
You see, when we talk of politics,
yes.
As I'm talking to you now, that meeting go in Abuja between all the people attend that university before. Human majority of them attend. Only we never see age-wise. And people overshadow him. So let him be deputy. He wants to be somebody very politically. Majority of them are very educated, but when it comes to politics, some of them are political illiterate.
Prince Wise, thank you. I just had to squeeze that call in. Matters, Oga, and decide the enigma is here. I saw your top.
Even that's more a very big one.
There is the minimum fight that you guys can overlook.
See, all right, this is what we call the political roundtable.